Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Remind me, I'm eating a sandwich as we meet.
I'm gonna go run and grab the agenda on the printer.
Thank you, Karen. I'm on my phone right now, but I'm trying to get on the computer. Did you hear me?
Yep.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I think I'm asking to come in now. So I'm gonna get off this.
Oh, you were here a moment. There you are.
Well, that's on my phone, but now I'm connecting online because Karen sent me the high phone. All right, I'm gonna stay on my phone. My computer's being a little wanky here.
We can see you and hear you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to sign on, but my device ran into a problem and needs to restart. Okay.
Oh, shoot. I hate that.
I know I used it today, no problem, but anyway, how are you, Flo?
I'm good. Thanks.
I had to reset tonight too. Maybe something's in the air. I had to reboot my computer before the meeting.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what's happening. It's 70 to 80% complete right now.
Karen, was I supposed to send out the minutes from that?
He sent us out the April ones so we could vote on them tonight.
Okay. Okay, good. So we have those. Everyone has those, right?
You sent those right away after the last.
Okay,
meeting,
good.
but we don't have any May meetings yet. Our last meeting, which was just a meet and greet almost, right? Remember?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
take any. I didn't take
I
any
got
minutes.
those, Flo, so maybe if you could forward those to me, or I can get them after.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for them as we speak. Oh. Let's see.
I might
It
have
was
them.
right
I can
after the
check.
meeting. It was right after. So middle
Yeah, I
of
wanted to hurry up and get them out
the day
before
was-
Judy was gone, in case, because I always, feel like I must miss things.
What was that date? I'm trying to look back.
It would have been, it was before you joined the board, Suzanne.
Yeah, but I think, Flo, you sent them to us. I don't know if Suzanne and the other new person whose name is on my head right now, if they were on that list, but
Right.
because you sent them right after we met in May.
Yeah, and then I thought Karen had sent them out, but let me send them out now.
They're there
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay. Mhm. Like that.
All right, I'm gonna try to sign in. Oh, wait a minute. I just got them again. Oh, well, that's because Karen sent me the link. Never mind. You sent them on Friday, May 20th. at 12:48 PM.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so it's,
Or
let's see.
no, that's when I sent that's when you sent them on, I'm sorry, Flo, you sent them on May 18th at 6:30. May 18th.
Yep, I got it here. But you know what? I don't have, of course, Karen kindly sent us everyone's email address, but do you think I did anything with that? No.
I can forward. Okay.
Here you go. You got it. I got it. I think 5 others.
I'm gonna be on, I gotta sign off on my phone here.
Oh. Okay. Coming. Okay. Computer. Please. I
I don't see anything on May 18th for me.
I'm gonna go on mine and see if I can find it and send it out to
Here,
everybody.
I'm sending it out there. I just sent it to everyone again.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
since we have 5, we're officially a quorum. Should we call the meeting to order?
That would be great.
All right, so I'll call the meeting to order at 6:37.
Okay. Shall I take minutes? I mean, do we need, I don't know if, did we ever like elect me or Tom to do what we were doing? I don't even know. I don't remember.
I think we're supposed to. And then I did check in with Sherry to see if there are job descriptions, and there are not. She said each board runs things a little bit differently. So our 2 positions that we have are chair and then note taker.
Okay.
But there's not an official job description, unfortunately, for me to share with everyone.
Okay.
So Flo, are you willing to continue to be the note taker?
Sure. If you'll bear with me. Usually what I've done in the past is I write them up, send them off to, I would send them to you to have a look at, because I don't always go back in, I haven't in ages, listened to the recording or to see the transcript. Well, I don't know, is there a transcript? I know it's recorded. But, so I don't go back and listen to the recording to make sure I got everything correct, which I probably should do. But in any case, I'll send them to you and then you can distribute them if that's okay. Or I can distribute them. It doesn't matter. I like another set of eyes to look at them before they go out to everyone. Because sometimes they'll have questions or, does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. I'm happy to look at them and then send them out to the group too.
Okay, good. That's good. Okay, so I'll take notes. So we've called to order 6:37. So Liz, Ellis, and so it's just Liz that's missing, right?
I have to leave early.
Oh, Joanne.
And Maureen.
Oh, and Maureen Hickey. Right. Okay, Joanne.
I don't have her cell phone. She had told me to text her if she ever forgot about the meeting, but I don't have her cell phone to actually do that. I'm going to try and send her an email to see if she remembers.
Okay. Don't think I have her cell phone number. Let me look. Maureen Hickey. Maureen Hickey. No, I do not have phone number for her.
So do we want to, Christina, did you get a chance? Well, we weren't there in April, so that we actually don't need to vote on approving April minutes because the new members weren't there.
Makes
So if
sense.
the members who were there want to approve it, we can take that vote.
So Susan and Joanne,
Well,
right?
I didn't get your
Yeah.
email, so I'm gonna just email you directly because maybe I have a long last name, so it could just be.
Oh, okay. I thought, did everyone else get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So I'll just email you directly and then you'll have it.
Yes, sure. Oh, you know what? I did not use. I have another email address for you, Christina, that I did not use. I'm sorry. I just see that now. So I'm linking it. I'm clicking on it and here, let's see if you get this one.
Okay.
I have the Yahoo address. I don't know what was in the previous one. I just
Oh, okay,
replied.
maybe it just didn't come through yet. It could be. That's fine.
I'll forward it to you as well.
Okay, do that. Sure.
Thank you.
So did Joanne and Susan, do you, let's see, Joe, were you at the previous meeting, Joanne? Oh, Susan, I don't think you were. But
I was in May, not April.
right, so Susan Jepson has to,
Oh,
yeah, the other Susan. So we need to approve these meeting minutes, so it would just be Susan Jepson, me, and Joanne Schooler. If you reviewed the minutes, any questions, comments, additions? Oh, Susan, you were there. I don't have you in the attendance.
So Susan, are you making a motion to approve the minutes? Oh, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Susan Jepson. I think we've lost her sound.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
gosh,
can make, if you want, I can make a motion to approve the minutes.
thank you. Susan.
Susan, are you seconding?
She is.
She's second.
She can hear us. Okay, great. So
The
the
three of you
minutes-
approve?
Yeah, we approve. Okay. Thank you.
On that note, is anybody interested? I know it's not on the agenda, but yeah, is anybody interested in running for chairman or being the chairman? So basically, I think the chairman essentially in this board, from what I can gather, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I wasn't here before, essentially just runs the meeting. I can still set the meeting times up with Sherry every month so that we have it recorded and submitted, but it would just be somebody to run the meeting if they want to run the meeting. And then if there was ever, Susan, are you willing to run?
Oh, yay.
So I make a motion for Susan Jepson to be chairman.
that was
I'll
good.
second
Flo,
that.
Yep, approve.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Congratulations, Susan, you're the new chairman.
Yay. Who made the first motion? Karen?
I-
Okay, good. Susan. We just can't hear you, that's all. Oh, she's connecting.
Oh, there you are.
I'm sorry, I don't
We
know
have
what's
two
going
views.
I
Oh,
don't know.
yay. We've
I'm
got
on my
you.
phone. I'm on my
Oh.
phone right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave my video on, but
Well, we voted you in as chair, so
thank
that's
you.
what happens when you don't show up or you can't
I
be
know,
heard.
I
You
heard
can't
that part.
speak.
I heard that part. I raised my hand. I mean, I hope, yeah, thank you for your faith. We'll see how that all works. Oh, I'm on here twice now. What is that about?
That's because you've called in. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry. This never happens to us. We usually are all very technically proficient, I have to say.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
my
gonna
sound.
put that in there,
My sound,
even though we're all of age.
my sound just isn't working. Okay. I'll
Oh,
be
we
quiet.
have two of you. We can see you and
That's what I
hear you.
mean. That's what I mean. I'm gonna, okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
It's fun because we're getting a different angle of you.
Well, thank you. I don't have that many. I don't have any good angles, so I don't know what to show you, but
They're both wonderful.
thank you. All right, I'll be quiet now. I do have a comment though about our meeting. I went today or the other day to the town website. And so, and this is, I printed off this description on the town website of the Council on Aging Board. So it's just a minor point, but it says on here, it's updated. It's got our new members, Christine and Suzanne are on there. And it says when we meet is the first Wednesday of the month, March through June, and September to December. Now, I think, as far as I can recall, we've been meeting the second Tuesday of the month, second Wednesday rather of the month for a while, right, Flo? I think that's. So I just,
That's a good question. Yeah.
it doesn't matter, but I think it should be consistent, whatever we do, it should be stated
Right.
consistently somewhere, on the
Yeah.
town website and wherever else I saw it, where it says we meet the second Wednesday, somewhere else it says, I think on this Council on Aging page. This is the board page. There's two pages.
And so
Okay.
it says there that we meet on the second Tuesday?
No, on the board, on the Council on Aging board page.
Yes.
It says we meet on the first Wednesday of the month, March
Oh,
through
okay.
June,
Got it.
and September through December. But if you go to the Council on Aging page, I believe that's where I saw it. It says we meet the second Wednesday of the month, as we have been doing, I
And
think.
we have been meeting the second Wednesday.
So it matters
But
not
I
to
can.
me, but we should make it consistent.
Right.
Does
Hmm.
anybody have a problem with either of those Wednesdays on a regular basis?
Mm-mm. I think the second the second is a little easier for me sometimes than the first. I don't know why, but I could do anyone, whatever the group wants.
So if we leave it as is, second Wednesday, is everyone okay with that, since that's what we've been doing?
Mhm.
Okay,
I'll
Okay.
email Sherry and ask her if she can update either send it to me or update it, the board page.
the board page, yeah, it's the board page. What's wrong?
And actually, that was something I wanted to bring up too, because I know Judy had said in the past you had taken the summer off when you were meeting in person, but that last year you met right through the summer because now that it's Zoom, it was easier. So it would be a good time if we're updating it to update if we want to take July and August off, take 1 month off, take neither of them off so that we can
Mhm.
update it all.
Yeah.
It
Right.
also says 7 o'clock, Karen, which I just noticed, so if we're gonna stay at 6:30, we need to change the time.
Okay.
But to your question, I don't know, I feel maybe because we're new board and you're new and it's been a little bumpy, because of all the things, just transition is bumpy. Maybe at least in July we could meet if possible.
Yeah.
And then maybe take August off. Or meet in
Yeah.
August. I'll be out of town in August. I won't be able to attend, but at least July, sort of.
I would agree. I think it'd be nice to still meet in July with us all being new, and then I think it'd be okay to take August off
Okay.
and then come back.
That's good.
Okay.
I do remember now Liz saying she goes away for the summer, so she may be away, right?
Oh, that's right. Yep. She might be. I don't know what summer means. Is it June and July and
I think so.
August?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
I will email Sherry to update that to say that the board meets the second Wednesday of the month at 6:30 via Zoom, and we meet all months but August.
that sounds good.
Thank you.
Do we make a motion to be official? I make a motion to make them, to update the board page to say that we meet the second Wednesday of the month and that we will be meeting at 6:30 from now on, and we'll meet all months with the exception of August.
I don't know if you're allowed to make a motion. I have no idea. I'm just bringing that up as a point of possible. order.
Yeah, I don't know
I
either.
think I am because you're the chair now.
I think, yeah, so somebody needs, I mean, you're in this little list, it says board members, and then it says staff contact you, Karen. So I don't.
Oh, okay.
So
you're not a-
I'll make that motion that you just said. And then someone should second it.
Anybody want to second it?
I'll second it.
Suzanne?
Who's that? Who
Suzanne.
spoke?
Suzanne.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll get to know your voices soon.
All in favor? Raise your hand or shout out or.
Aye.
Aye. Christina, you good? Okay. Oh, you're on mute. Okay. All right.
The train going by. Sorry, it's a little loud with the train going by.
That's okay. I don't think we have no financials to look at, do we, Karen? Can we post or anything?
Yeah, we're getting close to closing the fiscal year, the budget. We are not, we're in good shape for everything. Budget wise, we're not over. I'm going to go out and get some food supplies in this fiscal year before we close it out to get ready for some activities we have in July that I can talk about next, just to use that fiscal year money before we
Okay.
close out. But that's it. We're getting ready to close out fiscal year at the end of the month.
End of June closes. Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, that will close this fiscal year and then we'll go into fiscal year 2023.
Mhm.
And that budget had already been approved. Be watching, I'll be keeping a close watch on it with the fuel, because fuel costs are so much right now with our van, to see how much more
Oh, sure.
we're spending on fuel.
So is the fuel paid for at a retail gas station or at the town? Does the town have a pump that charges whatever it charges for the vans?
Yeah, they're sending a pump, and then they send me the transfer to transfer what we from our fob use.
And are they competitive with the gas stations? Or are they a little less or?
I think so. I just got it. I have to pull it up and see.
I know that's always, I
Yeah.
think that's been a line item in the previous budgets that we've seen. The
Yeah,
fuel costs
it
through the
is.
DPW.
It's a line item, so we're in good shape. And postage are going to go buy out the rest of our stamps for this fiscal year as well to close the fiscal year out with the last minute things that we need. But the fuel is, we have oil additives, tires, that the vehicle maintenance is included in our line items.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm a little unsure how to go here. We're gonna postpone approving the minutes from May. We're not gonna have any minutes actually, so, right? We're not gonna have any minutes. I'm looking at the agenda and just trying to,
Right,
I'm backtracking a little bit, but,
that's a
Yeah.
good
I
point.
took
Should
notes in
we?
May, so I could write up some minutes if you want, so that we have minutes to be an official meeting. So I'll type
Yeah.
those up and send them out.
okay, so
Okay, yeah, that's good.
we'll do that in July then. And then the next item on the agenda is a financial report, which you're giving us orally, which is fine. I mean, right now, is that something we have, maybe should vote, or it has been a voting item every month. So perhaps, and the financial report typically has included like utilization of the center, Karen.
Oh, I have that. I'm sorry. I thought that was director's report. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, right,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I think it's an open discussion. What would be helpful for board members to have it in advance? Is that difficult for you to get it to us in advance? So we
No,
can,
and for financials, did Judy used to send you the whole Munis report?
no,
It was a summary of that, I think, right, Susan? I don't think it was that whole thing.
Yeah.
I can, I mean, I can send you back something that she would have sent us. It was just a regular, was appropriations, listed appropriations, expenses to date, And then gifts like income, and that was the area. I can email this back to you, Karen, just so you have an idea of what she would give us. You know, I mean, certainly I don't think any of us are looking for it, whatever you think you need to show us, wouldn't you say? I mean,
That's,
Yeah, no, I'm happy to send the same. I just didn't think you probably wanted the whole munis breakdown with the salaries and everything, with all of it broken down line by line.
no, it
item, so I
wasn't.
can-
It's not that. It's just this very simple looking sheet that, you know, was it wasn't a legal size spreadsheet. It was
Okay.
a nice tidy spreadsheet that didn't have a lot of entries, but it was very succinct.
hopefully
Oh,
it's something
perfect.
you
I'm
can
happy to
just,
fill that
you
out.
could, hopefully it's something you can just extract. I mean, we're not asking for a new makeup, a new template of, so
Right.
there must be a way to extract whatever. Is,
Yeah, if you send it to me, I'm happy to fill it out.
Is
Sure.
typically the budget shared with this board? Like, or did you share it in the past? Maybe just being new, you could forward that if you have that, if that's something that was typically just, I tend to just.
It's all-
find
I don't think there's a
Right?
send the whole budget, is why I ask. Is why I say that. I think the summary might be, I mean, it's an 11, I'll check with Judy. It's a 14-page document, and check with Sherry or on if that would be something that would be standard. And other boards I've been on, that's not something it's not
The
like it's a secret,
COA?
but it's
the COA budget is 14 pages?
15 pages, the munis report I get, because it breaks down all the different funds, it breaks down everything, so I don't
Sure.
know.
Yeah,
That's not
and
something
it-
I'm used to. Prior boards I've worked on sharing that whole budget at the board. But I can check with, I think the summary might be more useful.
Yeah, it would be, I think. But to your point, Christina, there's a, after town meeting, which I did not attend, but after town meeting, whenever that was, in June, May, there was a summary of everything that was sent out from report of all the boards and departments and commissions included in that. It was a, pretty hefty document. It wasn't a 15-page budget, but there was a budget in there. And I can forward that if people didn't get it or they're not on that distribution list. And I have found it also helpful that with Jonathan Shines, his distribution lists are good to get on too, even though they're from his committee, his fundraising committee, but he does a nice job of summarizing town meeting. I mean, the town council meeting every time they meet and sends it out. So I can send those two things to everybody, and not to overwhelm your inbox, but if you want to have access to it, you can take a look at that stuff.
Yeah, whatever you think is helpful, just to sort of educate myself on, that would be great.
Yeah, I agree.
So Karen,
Yeah,
I
and
just found one from, looks like February, that I just sent to you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
It's basically 2 pages, and she does have the personnel costs, but just a total of what the personnel costs are. It's not broken down by individuals. And then the purchase services that we purchased from like Mystic Valley, Verizon.
Okay.
And then like DPW transfers, that's where that's where I had seen that. And then there are gifts that come in from like, donations, and I don't know that there were grants, but anyway, you'll see what we've seen before. And we don't need that same thing. And then on that, she happened to put on center statistics, because there is a system now where when people come into the senior center, they log in with so anyway.
Yes. So we have that, so I can go over that comparing April and May, and we are starting to get some more people in. The gym, for example, in April, we had 48 people come in and use the gym in the course of the month. We had 50 in May. Our rides, we now are offering rides on Fridays as well. So that's
Nice.
it's a little bit slow starting, but it's a nice service to offer. So we've had a few, but our rides the drivers have been busy. Medical rides, we had 20 in both April and in May. Shopping rides, we had 19 in April and then 18 in May. And I'll put this on the summary sheet and send it back out to add with the minutes.
Great,
Okay,
thank you.
great. Yeah.
And other areas, we were up a lot in May. We had 19 in April and we were up to 37 in May.
What do you
So
mean by
that's
the
been
gym? When you say the gym, what are you talking about?
Our
you
little
mean-
gym in the basement, the
Oh,
4
okay,
pieces
all
of,
right.
Mm.
Okay, that was separate,
She
okay.
used to have it. It is on the former sheet that we got,
Yeah, all
Susan.
right, yeah.
Jim.
But so it
Yeah.
it's not the exercise classes that you're talking about when you said that number, because the exercise
No.
classes are more than that, more
right,
people.
those are coming up next. The exercise classes are continue to be really popular. Mary Ann and I are working on looking at all of them right now, and we are going through, because almost all of them have a wait list. So we are going through class by class at the registrants to see who's on the list and who's attending. And we're gonna come up with a policy stating you have, the expectation is you attend a minimum of 3 classes per month, or unless it's, you're sick or something, some kind of an excused absence that you let us know about. Otherwise, we need to give your slot to somebody on the wait list, because there's just, we have some wait lists that have 20 to 30 people on them. And the classes, although the registration list is full, we're not filling them to capacity with every session. So we want to make sure that we're making it as accessible to everybody who wants to be able to attend an exercise class that can, because we have some people we look that have only been to 1 class a month. So we just want to make sure people aren't holding their spot so they can go the once a month,
Right.
and then it's somebody who would go more
Would there be
consistently.
would there be a way, or would it make sense ever, if, as long as capacity is gonna continue to be held, restricted, to say like, second and fourth week of the month, it's this group, and first and third week of the month, it's this group? In other words, so, right, because they're weekly classes, most of them seem to be weekly classes. So would it be fair? I don't know, people might balk too much, but in other words, I'll get more capacity going, have people alternate weeks. It's just it's not something you just throwing it out there.
Might get a lot and confusing it might be a lot to manage, to be able to track it, to see who's coming when and make sure people aren't coming. And then the other tricky part with that is right now we do have some non-Wakefield people who have been in the classes, so we've allowed them to stay, but Wakefield people do take priority on the wait list.
Yeah.
That might blow up the whole system in order to do that. So I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet.
Okay.
I
Sure.
like the idea of it more, but I think it would be a lot of moving parts to think about.
Yeah.
So I have a question about that. So people have to call and say they're coming to whatever, to Zumba on Tuesday, correct?
So they
Is
have to
that
be
how-
registered for the class. So we have a registration list, and right now Zumba, for example, is full. So there's a wait list. So the people we can do 30 people. So the
Okay.
list has 30 people, and that's what Marianne and I are starting to scrub, because their classes aren't full. They're not having 30 people actually show up.
Oh, so people that have registered, do they have to register like the day of, or do they just say, I'm gonna come every week, and they go on the list as registered?
Yeah, so that's what I want to clean up, because right now we're not I want to maximize it. So that's what Marianne and I are going to take on the project of looking through the list, who's coming, who's not coming. So she printed that all out, and we started to go through it last week
Oh,
to
good.
call the
Yeah.
people who aren't consistently showing up and moving them out and moving the people up. So, and we want to start doing that. We'll scrub it every month to make sure that people are attending the class who have actually signed up for the class. So that we can maximize it and move some people from the wait list up and move some people who aren't really attending off the registration list.
Good idea. That's fair.
They haven't in the past allowed standbys, just because there's so many on the list. We don't want to have a few things happen. Like, if people come and then you have to turn them away, and then sometimes
Right.
people will say, oh no, you're already here, you can come in, but then it gets close to overcapacity, or somebody shows up late. So we stuck with the no standbys. But I think it'll be better for us to have better control over the list and people's actual attendance. And this new system is great, because we can pull out, here's the class, here's who attended, and then we have the list of all the registrants, so we can see. That's how we could identify there's quite a few who've only attended one, so we're going to call
I
them.
see. Oh, I didn't realize that was how it worked. I thought people called like every Monday and said, I'm coming tomorrow to the class.
No,
I see.
and they
So
all work a little differently. So one of the instructors, they pay for the whole month, I think it's Alice, they pay for the whole month when they show up. Some instructors, they pay when they come. So they pay Jill and Alice directly. They pay for Joey, they pay us, and for Katie, they pay us, and that money goes into the gift fund to help supplement what we pay them.
Wow. I see. A lot
So
of
I'm hoping
moving
when we clean up
parts.
the wait list, it might make things better and we get it all sorted out for
Yeah,
who's on the
good.
list and make sure that they really want to be on the wait list. Did they add their name before? And so hopefully next month, we're going to go through it in the next week or two. So by the next meeting, I'll be able to report to you how we've come on the wait lists with the exercise classes.
Oh, that's great. Because I've heard like around town that it is tough to get into some couple of classes. They're full. And I know we've heard in the past that people from other towns do come, but Wakefield's given priority. So it was never clear to me how. I never thought to ask like how that all was played out. Thank you.
Yeah, so they're very popular, and we're going to add over the summer on Fridays, we're going to add a chair yoga with the DVD, and we're going to see if it's popular, and if it's popular, we're going to look for a yoga instructor to go forward for the fall. But we want to check out and see if there's an interest or not before we
Oh, yeah.
find an instructor.
And
so
there's
Marion
a great,
and I,
there's a good woman who's from Wakefield that I go to, who does a chair yoga. She does a couple of schools, I think, and she's really good, Roseanne Russell.
Roseanne Russell.
Yeah,
Does she work in
Roseanne
a
Russell. Yeah, her studio is called Joy to Move. Good God, I get, an email a week from her. She's right at the corner of Albion and North Avenue. Move to
Oh,
Joy.
okay.
Move to Joy is her little studio.
There's
I mean,
another
I'm
woman,
sure.
Lonnie Paul, used to do a yoga class there at the Wakefield Senior Center. She's in business for herself, but she did work out of Naked Feet Yoga, which is closing actually at the end of this month. So Flo, I'm glad to hear that. That's been my yoga studio, Naked Feet.
Yeah,
So
Roseanne, I found her to be really good.
Okay.
It's close, it's right down
Yeah.
the street, and she opened just before like the shutdown. So she opened probably end of 2019, I want to say, and has really made it work. She records things anyway. So
Yeah.
but
I'll reach out to her. We used to have a yoga instructor from Naked Feet Yoga, so maybe I'll see if he's looking for.
oh
something
yeah, definitely, sure.
Wasn't that Lonnie? Lonnie Paul? Thought it was Lonnie.
They told me it was a man named John.
Oh, a guy? Okay. Yeah.
So we are continuing. So the exercise, that's the summary of the exercise classes. Are definitely still popular. We're going to hopefully get more numbers in with those once we start holding people more accountable to actually coming to the exercise class. And our
Excellent.
crafting is, we're averaging 10 people at the crafting class, and wood carving, we typically have 3. And our card games have been holding steady at about 7 poker players. And the bridge group, we actually had 3 tables of bridge players this past week, so that was exciting. And we had 5 people come to the movie. So we were pretty excited about that because the numbers are going up a bit. And we're adding quite a bit for the summer of programming. I don't know if now's the time to share that with all of you.
Sure.
We're going to bring back Busy Hands. So Lisa's been doing clever stitches where people come and bring their own project and work on it. We're bringing back Busy Hands that we do an instructor-led craft with people every other week. So there'll be clever stitches, busy hands, clever stitches, busy hands. And we are adding back in field trips with the bus. So we're going to do 3. We're going to go to Castle Island in July. We're going to go to York, up to Goldenrod, and to the Noble Light in August. And we're going to go to Richardson Farm in August. So we want to see how well those are received by people, to see if people are interested at all in trips. And we're going to do a joint trip with Stoneham, Medford, Melrose, Wakefield. We're going to do Council on Aging Day at Sea. We're going to use Beauport Cruise Lines for a lobster luncheon cruise out in Gloucester. So we're each going to bring, each of the communities is going to bring our own COA bus, and that one's going to be more expensive. That one's $103 just because of the cost of the actual tour itself. So we're interested to see how many people we have signed up. The other ones are inexpensive. Castle Island will be $5, Richardson's $8, and York $10.
That's
So
great.
I know towns have had success with it, and we used to have great success with it. So we're hoping to bring some more people back and maybe capture some of the non-exercise people to bring some more people into the center.
Yeah. yeah.
Excellent. Oh, these are great.
We,
Can you
on
tell
July
us the
7th,
dates? Can you tell us the dates on those?
oh yeah, I can. So hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. On July 7th, to start with, we're doing an intergenerational lawn games at Moulton Park at
Oh.
10:30. We're hoping that you can come and attend. We're just gonna
Sure.
have out cornhole and croquet and just some fun lawn games. We'll get some ice creams and treats to have. And
What
it's gonna
time?
be from 10:30 to 12.
Okay.
And we're asking people who want to come to invite. They can invite the grandkids, their kids, they can invite friends, since it's going to be an intergenerational
Sure.
activity. And we'll see how it goes. We're just going to try it and see what things work and what things don't.
Excellent. July 7th?
July 7th, so that's a Thursday. We're hoping we can
Moulton.
get some of those bingo players to come and picnic first, and then after the picnic, they can come and play bingo or what, or do they, yeah, come and play bingo. So that's on July 7th. We are doing
Is
the
that,
Castle Island trip.
Is that July 7th? Is that in conjunction with like Boys and Girls Club, or we just having people bring grandchildren or children or?
Yeah, we're just at this, for the first one, we're just asking people to bring someone. Boys
Yeah.
and Girls Club does meet there, but it's their field trip day. And we didn't want to take on for the first one, the whole Boys and Girls Club, but I did offer
sure.
if there's any kids on the field trip that maybe those kids could come over and join us. And we did ask for people to register by just the day or two before, so we know how many are coming. So if we have no kids coming, I might try and round up some kids someplace to come and join us.
Oh, I'll come. I'll bring one.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that'll be July 7th. We're excited about that. And then on the 13th is the Castle Island trip. So we will, both our drivers are on board to help. So one driver will take the field trip to Castle Island, and then we'll have the other driver here to use the flex for transports. And then our other trip, we're gonna bring back Eat Local, one a month.
Excellent.
So on July 18th, we're gonna have Charlie's on Main.
Great. So I don't know if the newer folk know what Eat Local is all about.
Oh yeah, so Judy started a great program. It was bringing in food to the center from local restaurants, and we call it Eat Local, and people have to pay to come in and eat, but it's a nice way to gather. When we used to have Mystic Valley, it would just once every so often, it would be, instead of Mystic Valley, it would be the Eat Local meal. Now we're not doing the Mystic Valley meal, so it's a nice way to bring people in for a lunch. So we want to slowly start to bring that and see if that's successful again, bringing people in.
Excellent.
So we are doing that. Oh, and I just want to mention, I forgot, in June, Lisa is doing trivia and lunch that we're going to do Mystic Valley box meals. And that's actually been pretty popular so far with people signing up for that. I think we're up to 14.
Bingo and lunch,
And we've
you
been,
said?
that one is trivia and lunch. Yeah, it's going to be Mystic
Trivia,
Valley lunch. And
sorry.
yeah, trivia. That is going to be next week on Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah, I thought
Well,
that was newsletter. That was good, yeah.
And then we've been calling people who participated in the Delvina Theater Group in previous years to try and bring our numbers up, and it's worked. We've gotten more people signed up for that.
Excellent.
What is the theater group? That's before even my time. The theater group? Is that what's
They're doing the Julia Child's play. They go around to all of the COAs. They work through a grant. And we used to
okay.
do it with lunch, but now it's just going to be the actual show. But we have, we're up to a much, let's see.
It
that's not it.
Was it Delvinia or something group they're
Delvinia.
called? But it was a
Yeah,
really
Delvinia.
popular event. I remember
It's a
hearing about.
performance? Is that what it is? It's a performance?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's the Julia thing, the one with Julia coming up?
yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So we're very excited to report we're up to 39 people who are coming.
How
Wow.
many?
So that's
39?
great news. Yeah, so it was really, Beth Greenberg had a great idea to call the people who have been previously, because we only had 21. So Lisa's been calling everybody and we're up to 39.
Good.
Excellent. Great. When is that, Karen?
That's on the 21st.
Great. Yeah, that was a really popular thing. This is great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's, I think people are really ready to like come out and, you know, everyone's been boosted and vaccinated and.
I think so. So we're trying to see, I sent the newsletter to LPI today. So once it goes in the form that I can easily send it out to you, I'll send it out to the group so you can see all the stuff we've added, because we're
What is
adding.
LVI? What does that mean? LVI?
Oh, that's who does our newsletters.
What is it?
LPI are the printers of the newsletters.
Oh, I got the newsletter. I got the June.
Oh, no,
Mhm.
for July and August. I sent July and
Oh,
August in
okay.
today.
Okay.
We should have it in a week, and we want to have it out just so people get it in plenty of time to sign up for the lawn games and to see the different things that are coming out.
Yeah.
But I'll send it to this group as soon as I have the link so you can see it, because we're adding quite a bit with the busy hands. We're going to do 2 books. We're doing a Council on Aging Reads. So we're recommending 2 books, and then we'll have a coffee and donuts to discuss them.
Oh.
Is there a date on that yet?
Yeah, I have to just pull up the August calendar. Or you'll
Okay.
see it, if it's okay, you see it when I send you the newsletter.
That's
Um,
fine. That's
And
great.
then I think those are the main things that we're adding: the Fridays, the book club, the busy hands, the
So
field
basically,
trips.
things are coming back to normal and it sounds like there's even more going on. So excellent.
We're trying to mix up the offerings to bring in more people than just the exercise people. So we're trying all different
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Good. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Karen, I have a question about the card groups, particularly the bridge one. Is there ever, like, can people that really don't know how to play bridge ever come? Is there an opportunity to have a learn to play bridge situation?
Yeah, they'll teach you if you come.
Okay, they will. I mean, even though they probably want to have a hot competitive game, they'll still let you
Yeah.
watch.
They know
Okay.
they're supposed to teach. So we haven't had anybody worried about it yet, about having them not help, but I know I did get called with some of the Mahjong players to see if they wanted to come back. And I did say yes, but remember, you have to teach a new person if they want to come. So we can't exclude. And they said, oh yeah, we know. So if somebody new shows up, they are willing to.
Oh,
Well,
great.
that might be me. That might be me. I used to play all the time when I was in college, but that was a long time ago. And I've forgotten how to play, and I would like to refresh.
Yeah, so we'll just let them know. I would be the same. I don't remember how to play. I need to go and learn again.
Do you ever do Rummy Cube? My mom and her sisters get together every Wednesday and play Rummy Cube.
That a
No,
dice
but we're
game?
willing to try anything. So
Oh, I mean, we do, me and all my cousins, we send lunch over and they get together and they play Rummy Cube and, yeah, it can get very competitive, but they love it.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then you send them food. That's great.
Yeah, we have what we call the meal train. It's like when the kids were in school, you sign up for whatever. So I send it out to, all the cousins and
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great.
so,
Great.
yeah, they love it. But I mean, we all love Rummy Cube in my family, even the younger generation. So
Me too. It's a
Yeah,
great game.
it's a great game and it's a great memory game for the seniors.
Rummy Cube.
How do you,
All right,
how do you spell that? Spell that.
RUMMI. Oh God, I don't know. Help me out here. Rummy Cube. Hold on. Hold on.
Do you have to have a Rummy Cube game or
Yeah.
do you play it?
So it's tiles and then it's like 3 of a kind. So it's a little bit like poker. So you can
Hmm.
have a run and then you build off of the tiles. So you can kind of steal somebody else's tiles, which is kind of fun. So, but I have a brother with special needs and even he can do it. He can do the simple 1, 2,
Yeah.
3s and
There it is.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I would encourage you. Oh, God, Doug. There's large print. We all like the large print, but the seniors especially like the large print.
It's a fun game.
I'll look into it to see if it's something we
Like
can.
$10 at Walmart.
Oh, all
Thank you.
right.
Good, thank you.
I'll look into that one.
Yeah, but I know Reading had it because I wanted to bring my mom up there, but it was on Wednesdays and we already do our own Rummy Cube on Wednesdays.
And we are going to have one other second intergenerational to try and stay with our age-friendly things. It's going to be a craft and reading with the librarians from the B. You're going to come over.
Nice.
That is, so that we're going to try and keep doing the 1 or 2 intergenerational offerings each month if we can. So those will be the 2 for this, and I can't find the date. I apologize.
Joanne, are you still here? I know she said she had to leave early. I guess she's not on
I
my,
think she left.
okay, she's
Okay.
not on my screen. I didn't know if she was just,
Okay.
well, it sounds like things are really hopping over there, Karen. That's good to hear.
You know, it was exciting because I had to go to town hall to drop off a check earlier this week. And when I came back, there were no parking spots. So I was very happy
Oh,
that we
wow.
were that full. There were no parking spots.
Nice.
So yeah, I think we're hoping to just keep it going that way. And we're always
Mhm.
looking for more. I know I mentioned briefly the needs assessment. We're going to work on the input that you gave me. I'll put that in the minutes for everybody to look at, and then working on some stuff to then over the next couple of months to try and do a needs assessment in the fall. So that's just now. I'll present more of that at the next meeting to get input from everybody of how we want to
Excellent.
do it for like maybe October time.
Good, okay, that sounds good. All right, so age-friendly needs assessment, age-friendly and the needs assessment were on the agenda too, so you're kind of giving us an update on, well, both of those inadvertently, you're talking about some age-friendly events, which is great. Age, intergenerational, which is
Mhm.
terrific. I would just, under that heading, just if you are interested, the master plan group that is meeting now, the town master plan group, they have their next open meeting on June 29th, which is when the community is invited to come and give input. And the 2 topics for that night, I believe, I'm fairly certain, are housing issues and not open space, but recreational space in the town. I can send that out to you, but it's June 29th in the early evening if you're interested. It's a Zoom meeting. And it's, kind of a opportunity to say something. If you have something or listen, say or listen, which, with an age-friendly hat on perhaps is something that
Mhm.
sometimes the seniors, quote unquote, seniors get overlooked in some things. So it's an opportunity. Okay, Karen, is there anything that you would like us to be focused on or thinking about or researching or whatever between now and our next meeting, which is going to be the 2nd Wednesday of the month, right? We've decided that. What would you like from us, if anything?
I think just maybe some ideas for some other intergenerational things that we could think about for the fall.
Mhm.
That and the needs assessment, have a more detailed discussion about the best way to maybe to do the needs assessment and what type of information we're seeking, or what we think as a group would be helpful information to have to make it, continue to make Wakefield age-friendly, seek improvements, and just also to increase. I want to look at it community-wide so that we're looking at what ways can we improve access or make things more open for people here in the center, and then also to do some of that intergenerational for our age-friendly status.
Just a family game night, just put that on the list, maybe a family game night in the fall, sometime in the fall might be, 3 generations. I mean, there's some families around town that are like that. And that might be a fun thing. Pizza and family game night, or just family game night.
Have you
With
ever
how-
Yeah, that's
local like preschools? Like I'm on Bryant Street, so I get the preschool. I don't even know the name of it. And I know my kids went to
Canterbury.
Canterbury. My kids went to Little Treasures, which is not Little Treasures, Tall Spires, which of course is gone. I don't know if that's somewhere else now, but to ask them about like I like I said in the last meeting, I think about that old homes for 4-year-olds or whatever it was called. If the parents would be interested in like a drop by on a certain day, or Tuesday, Thursdays from 9 to 10. I don't know. I mean, I know my mother, and she would love if a bunch of little kids came in. I think that would be a big draw for the folks to interact with like little kids, not like, my kid's 15, my mother, they're not that cute anymore.
Well, they can be, but they're not.
Well, they could be, but yes.
Like
Overall.
little Prince Louis at the.
Oh, yeah, like 4-year-olds are hilarious. And I don't know if like kind of coordinated with some of these preschools to get a feel for like, do they think they could easily, like in the fall, I'm thinking in the fall, they could let the parents know like, hey, like, I don't know if the preschool gets out at 12, I don't know what their hours are anymore, but like, hey, we're gonna have drop by from 1 to 2 and, have the animal crack and milk or something. I don't know.
There was something, I want to say back, I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago, soon after I think I was on the board, there was something that was on the Upper Common with Canterbury, because it's right across the street from them. I was outside at the Upper Common. I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but I feel like that sounds familiar.
Okay.
And then, we just all have to be aware of the time and what people have been dealing with. It would have to be, I would say if something like that were to be considered, the Board of Health should be involved. I'll just
Well,
leave
there
it
would
at that.
there would also be Corey, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
you can't just have, unfortunately, we're in a time when not just
right.
anybody can hang around with kids.
Yeah,
But maybe
so
like
that,
a story hour,
yeah, I mean, even like an outside event,
Yeah.
I think is probably would be acceptable,
Right.
given what you just mentioned, Susan, for safety as well as
Right.
for
But even if
COVID.
it's coordinated with Canterbury and, like, okay, once a month, they're gonna go across on the common, and I see them walking up in front of my house all the time. They're
Yeah.
gonna put musical chairs, they're gonna do something
Yeah.
over there and.
Yeah,
maybe seniors
Yeah.
can put a van
Yeah,
over there
definitely.
and
Mhm.
Just to watch them,
Absolutely.
I think they would love it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And just whatever parameters, legal and otherwise would have to be put on it.
Right.
Yeah, it's doable. It's just being aware of what.
Right,
has
but if
to
we do it outside and we coordinate with the school, I don't even know the other preschools in town, but, that might be
Mhm.
something fun, weather permitting.
And even the Doyle School, what is that, pre-K over there, the public school.
Like an early intervention program or something?
I don't know if it's early intervention. It's
But there's
might
gotta
be.
other
I don't know.
preschools around, yeah.
There's a town, a public school preschool system set up at the Doyle School.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Just anyway, there are lots of things that I think, lots of places to find little kids to do something intergenerational.
Well, maybe
Story hour? Have you done, I mean, even as you were saying that, I'm like, how about the classics with a classic, right? Like have a classic person and you read a classic, whether it's Make Way for Ducklings or,
Yeah.
and everybody wears their duckling hat, right? Like, I mean, that's really a fun way to give back and.
Yeah.
And you could have people, you could rotate, sort of to your point where you do it or how you offer it or who's interested to do it, but.
But I think it would be interesting to like talk to the schools to see,
Yeah.
what do you think and what would be,
Well, the public school system or the elementary schools, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have like a guest reader come in, some police chief, somebody's grandmother or a librarian would come in and read to a class. I don't know what grade it was, but
They still
know-
do that.
they still
I
do
don't know
that.
about COVID and probably.
Oh, yeah, since COVID,
slowly
I don't think
returning, but
any
yeah.
old person should go to a school.
right.
Anyway, it just, I think there were things that went on out there that are certainly good to replicate that, that were ripe for intergenerational activities. So.
And just maybe not flipping it exactly, but take another take on that might be over time for the McCarthy Center to if we could establish some kind of, let's say, volunteer corps of some sort, that it may be with intergenerational stuff. A place to start would be what Christina just said, we go to them, we go to the preschool, or we go to the facility, wherever it is, and read, bring a few people, some duck hats, some books, some, what do you call those, Pepperidge Farms, are those fish, whatever they are, bring some little
Goldfish.
goldfish, yeah, or something, and individual packaging, and just, be in a classroom for 45 minutes, or be in the auditorium for 45 minutes with the, the third graders and third and second grader. I don't know, just something like that, maybe, but it's it's some kind of volunteer corps out of the senior center, which, it's not next week, but it may be something a little bit down the line here. In other words, seniors in the community going out
Yeah.
in the community,
Yeah.
doing
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good
I mean,
idea.
I'm sure we could come up with something, but I think talking to the preschools would be a good place to start. to
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
they think it's feasible, and I'm sure they
Right.
would be into it. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll talk to Anthony from Public Health to see what his thoughts are on
Yep.
some of that.
And the Stoneham Senior Center, you probably have talked to her, but you may know, they, I don't know if they're doing it right now, but from the community service class at the high school, they had some oral history going on with seniors. So that the assignment or the opportunity for community service was for a senior in this community service class to meet one-on-one several times with a senior and do some interviewing, some story exchanging, and then write about it. So that,
Yeah.
and because they
Yeah.
get credit for it, they were, maybe a little more eager, a little
Right.
more willing. With the class.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've been trying to spin, Melrose has a cool program that we did that was called Vets in the Classroom. And we worked with one of the history teachers, and it was almost like speed dating, except that we'd have, say, 20 vets who came in at a table, and then the students would rotate to 4 different tables.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they got
Wow.
their story. So we could, if we wanted to broaden it more than just vets, we could do share your story, and then you bring different seniors in so that you can bring these high school kids in to learn about,
Yeah.
lived through World War II or lived through Korea,
Yeah.
or even definitely war focused. But I thought that might be a good thing to work with the history teacher.
Yeah.
If I can get one of
Definitely.
Yeah.
They were, there was a program that, because my son went to the senior center, he's 30 now, so it was clearly many years ago. He was probably in, I don't know, maybe he was freshman or sophomore in high school. He went to the senior center and he interviewed a lady, and then each time that happened, I don't know what class it was that he did this for, but they had a thing in the newspaper. He had to write like what he learned
Oh, yeah.
about.
My mom
Jane
was featured.
Smith.
My mom was featured. Somebody interviewed her.
Okay. Yeah. And wasn't it like a full page thing in the item? Because I still have it. I mean,
That's when Marion Whiting was there.
okay.
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago, but and I remember the picture of him. He was clearly he was probably like 13. So maybe he was, anyway. So, I mean, it could evolve into something bigger, but.
And I saw it, and I don't remember if it was around here or, you get on Facebook. I don't even know where I saw it. But my son went to Malden Catholic, and he had to do, community service, mowing lawns. I know my aunt lives in Reading, and the kid around the street, around the corner, was on the hockey team in Reading, and he shoveled her out every storm. So
Yeah.
We started Judy did. We started
Yeah.
a shoveling program this past winter, with the youth council at the high school.
Okay.
And those, I don't know what's if anybody's coming back.
Oh, they called them the Snow Angels.
Yes.
They
that's
were,
awesome.
it was in the newspaper.
Yeah,
you
and
know, at the end of
mowing and things like that. I mean, my mom's neighbor in Reading she's 96, same age as the Queen. And my son was over there today doing yard work. She's like, somebody was going to charge me $500 to do this. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
great.
like I wanted a couple pavers and some dirt thrown down. It was, you hate to see him get taken advantage of. And if,
Right.
even if some of them are like minimal jobs, like she did pay my son a little bit of money, but nothing compared to like what you would have had to pay some idiot that's going to go,
So, Karen, we had a representative, I'm looking in my old notes,
Right.
from the youth council
Youth council.
who attended this. And they're a group that they're high school kids, but they're actually appointed, I think, through the town council.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Julie,
I'll read
Julia
that now.
Davidson, I'll look back at.
She might have graduated, but
She
somebody.
might have, right. So,
Yeah.
so she would attend our meetings. She was like the designated senior council on aging youth council member.
Oh.
And Suzanne, that was how we got the snow angels.
yeah,
came to
perfect.
be. She coordinated it at that end so that like what wouldn't be like someone like Karen who had to run around
Yeah.
finding teenagers to shovel driveways,
Right.
which is what Judy had done in the past.
Yeah.
With really, it was very difficult. But
Yeah.
this youth group,
Well, I know like,
Karen-
this one thing I saw, it was kids were getting, I don't know how it works for gym, or I don't even know what they call it anymore. But they were getting like credit if they
Yeah.
were going to do yard work for a senior, as
Mm.
as opposed to like, that could be their gym credit, or, I know
Yeah.
there's
Right.
volunteer hours,
Yeah.
or whatever, but the kids in sports need it.
Mm.
Raking leaves, shoveling,
leaves,
landscaping,
right.
little landscaping.
Right.
Yeah, mowing lawns.
I mean,
I mean,
this,
it sounds like a great thing. I know that it was a struggle to,
Yeah, I think start small, but
yeah.
yeah, and I know once that young woman from the high school, I don't know what grade she was in, but she was extremely, I mean, she got I don't know, they had like 7 or 8 volunteers, which
Yeah.
in other years, it was like pulling teeth to get kids to volunteer to do this. So I don't know. I mean, I everybody's
think it's
busy,
finding the
but
right person at the high school who,
well, that's what this girl could do.
Right,
This
right.
is what this
If
youth
there's another-
council.
if there's somebody in administration that knows like the kids, this group of.
There was,
kids-
there was a faculty advisor for this group.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
okay.
Catherine Dingra is their advisor.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay.
Their
I'll
picture
forward
was,
it to the school.
okay, I'll look through my notes. There was, it was in the newspaper not long ago. Anyway, I'll stop talking.
Well, I think, we're cooking here, so maybe
Yeah.
through the next few weeks, if just maybe even individually, because I see Karen taking notes madly over there. But maybe we
Yeah.
just write down things and,
But even like Malden Catholic, tons of kids from Wakefield go to Malden Catholic. They definitely need hours and they will definitely push it. Austin Prep, those schools have a ton of kids.
Well, it requires like a fair amount of coordination. You
Right.
can't, I mean, but
Yeah.
so here, I just found in my notes, Snow Angels, there were 13 teens who did snow shoveling. And it wasn't, the way they operated was basically they would shovel someone's entranceway and their sidewalk and their front walk, not their whole driveway and all that business, because people, need to probably get paid for that. So anyway, it was just,
it was safety, being able to get out of your house
yeah,
and down your
Yep.
walk without
Yep.
ice, and even,
Yep.
to your, if you live in.
Yeah. And, at the food pantry, we always had kids coming in, their mothers would come in with the teenager. And they would be looking for hours. And, there we couldn't have them exposed to clients, but so they could come and they could stock shelves. Well, that wasn't like cool enough. So whatever. I mean, it was difficult. It sounds all great, but
Right. I mean, the kids.
I think going through the youth council, I was very impressed with the fact that was finally in all these years that seemed to be fruitful.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we can get one to attend in the fall. And then if everybody could come, if they're free, I know that everybody won't be, but on July 7th for the intergenerational lawn game. We would love to invite you to join us.
Yeah, I'll be done.
Starts at 10:30, so if we were to come, would you want, come what time, around 10? Just whatever.
And
What
we could
time?
probably set up, okay, so 10:30 is fine. We're gonna
Okay.
do, we'll start at 10:30 and then, we'll, since it's at Moulton Park, it'll be easy to just zip up here, get some ice creams to share with everybody. And then we are, if people want to order it, we're gonna offer a Mystic Valley bagged lunch in case somebody wants to then come up to the center to have their lunch or
Lunch.
whatever, but we're gonna have ice cream on the site. They're gonna open the bathrooms for us. So I think 10:30 is
Oh.
fine.
Excellent. I was just gonna ask that, if you could get the town to open the building for, I live across the street from Moulton Park, so I'm always over there with the granddaughter, but great.
Ice cream in the morning should be quite a draw for the kids, right?
Yeah, Cora will
Right.
come.
Life is good. We're doing for ice cream for breakfast at Richardson's too, because we're going in the morning, so it's not as hot for mini golfing. So that's how we're advertising it, is we're gonna make you a sandwich and then you can get your ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Okay, well, is there any new business that we haven't touched on before we entertain an adjournment motion? Okay, anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
sure, I'll move to adjourn.
Second, somewhere, anybody? Is that?
Second.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Okay.
Okay, so
Bye.
write down ideas and, let's cook. We're cooking.
Yeah, great.
And I'll populate the spreadsheet and just send it out to the group via email for the budget and the numbers that Judy
Great,
had sent
thank you.
out.
Sounds great. Okay,
Okay, everyone have a good
great.
month.
Good to
All right.
see everybody.
All right, good night.
Bye-bye.
I'm trying to close. I can't close. Cancel. All right, mute.